So this was one of the challenges. It was something similar to like one of the previous challenges which I have solved earlier. You can say that here, how do I solve Excel BI challenges? It was something similar, but yeah, I solved it with Power Query like completely live, and that was completely unfiltered. So I have solved it with Power Query. Then I thought, okay, why not solve this time with Excel? And I am quite prepared this time as well, because this is just a simple challenge in a way. But yeah, there it has its own twist and turns. So that's the thing. And what you can say that is, it is normally in our day-to-day life, whether you are like count calculating running balances for your bank statement or loan statement or anything like that. And I am saying running balances, not running totals in a way, because running totals I quite mainly mean it for Y2D cells, or you can say period to period cells and this kind of stuff where you will be calculating your running totals to the period. So that's why I'm not saying running totals for the time being. We will be having a complete different live stream or something like a session on the Sunday gaming learning. But yeah, for the time being, we are just going for running balances here. And what the specialty with the running balances is that you will find something like opening balances, or you can say that opening balances is within the field, and then you can say that there will be debits and credits, or you can say simply inflows and outflows, and then I will be calculating my running balances. Had it been running totals, so what would have happened was there would be simply just sales, and I will be calculating the running sales, or running you can say that running totals. So that's only different, and I will just simply say them as cumulative totals. So that's what is. So this was one of the challenges, Power Query challenge 250. I have removed the, you can say that, the image portions, so that for my clarity purposes. But yeah, I've shown you this is the Power Query challenge 250, and let's jump on. So how we would we calculate these running totals? So before moving that, what I'm doing is, let's just remove everything, and I will grab on these three values so that you guys can get the idea what I mean. So let's grab these three values, and let's just assume that these are my debits and this is my credit. Got it? And then what we can simply do here is, let's say I have to find out my running balances, and let's assume this is my opening balance and nothing more. Got it? This is my opening balance. And now you will typically assume how bank statement will look like. And then you will be calculating the balances, right? Your debit, credit, and finally the balance. So simply put, what you will simply do here is the scan function with the initial value being the opening. And then what we will simply do here, come here, and we will simply say debit. That will be, you can, in the bank statement, it will be totally opposite, right? Debit means expenses side. So what will happen is, I will be minusing the debit side, or you can say that just simply adding the credit side, and then lessing my debit side. Got it? And then simply will do is some calculation, and it will give me my balances. Okay. So this is the simple concept I am going to use there as well. But the main problem comes here is that there are categories now. So we need to figure it out what we can do to play with those categories. Okay, and if you even want to check these balances as well, so what you can do here is, let's remove this folder, this values plus this and plus here, and you can see that my running balances will match them. So scan function is working good, and that's the thing. But the only problem with the scan function is that it will have only one array and not more. You can say that we need to find a way that we can only arrange one column within it, and we cannot actually go on adding more columns. Okay, so that won't work. And if you think, okay, Aditya, what we will do is we will put these two columns side by side with VStack or somewhere down the line. So it will actually calculate this way. So it won't make sense. So what you can understand is that it will simply take one simple scalar, you can say single dimension 2D array in a way. Got it? One single column array. That's the main idea here. So what we are going to do here. So in a way, you can say that now let me come with my method one, delete everything. And then what you can do is if you know the concept and we have discussed during the Lambda sessions as well. So what you can do here, just see here. I am just taking the zero value here, then selecting this wall column. And then what I'm going to do here, just say using the row function. Got it? Uh, 1 second. It should have worked properly. Lambda. Okay. And here I will use C. Now you can see that I am getting C, right? The rows actually. So you can, in a ways, the value is stored in a reference form. Okay, we that's why I will be discussing this whole thing about references arrays in my upcoming the Sunday gaming learning. But yeah, for now you just can understand that because this is a reference and the value is being held in a reference form, then I can use something like a function that will grab my adjacent values. Okay, so if I'm referring this value, then it can even refer this value as well and this value as well. Got it? So that's what I want to do here. So what can I do here? If you see here, right now I am getting 4, 12, 14. So this column. So what can I do in a simple way? Offset, and I'm going to refer my C, that is my current value, and then simply say 0 and my column -1, and that's it. The moment you do that, just see here, now I am referring my in stock column. And then if I do -2, then you will see that I'm referring my starting stock. So this is one of the way you can actually solve it, and it will be completely simple. And now because we know, right? So what value is being held where? So now what we can do here, if my offset to that is my starting stock is empty, then just see here how we will build the logic. So give me one, otherwise give me two. Okay. The moment you see here 2, 1, 2, 1, this one, so you can see that I am getting at least this much sense now. Got it? So 2 I am getting for false. Okay. And then what I can add here, if this is false value, so what I need to do here, I need to add my starting stock plus in stock and then outside stock. Okay. So you can see where I will be going here. So what will we simply do here? Offset C comma 0 comma -2, and then I will be adding again this much part -1, and then simply coming here and will be adding my C part, that is my outstock. And now you can see that 26 plus 10, that is 30. Okay, 1 second, it should be minus C. Now I am getting at least correctly 12 plus 8, 20, and then -10, it will result in 10 here. So at least this much is good. And then if it is not correct, then what I simply want is I want my previous balance that is held in my S value, and then I need to figure it out in that way. So here the logic will come is S. 1 second, let me beautify the formula. Okay, please don't crash this time. Yeah, and let's see here, understand the things. And then what I'm going to do here, Okay, now working good. And now the same logic here just will be changing this much part. Got it? Now you can see that after 26, I will be adding 18. So 26 plus 18 is equals to 44 minus 12, that will result in 32. Okay, so my logic is holding correct. Everything is looking good. And then you can say that now you can see that two things are calculated unnecessarily. Okay, so this much part is a duplication, offset 0 comma minus c. Yeah, this one, the in stock minus out stock, this one, and then this much part. Okay, so what we can do is we can use the distributive property. Like, I don't know how to explain it this way. So let's say I have got 100 plus 2. Yeah, and let's say 90 plus 2. Got it? So what is common in both of them? So what can I simply do here? I can write it here like 100, and I can write it here 90, and then you can say in this way. Okay, you will understand this much better. So I need to multiply these two values, right? So what will happen is 100 plus 2 into 90 plus 2. Got it? One second. So you can see that my answer is coming 9384. Got it? So what can I do here simply? I can come here and write it in this way. So I will take out the common of these two here. Got it? So what is my common here? My common is plus 2, right? So how can I do that? This will be 100 and this will be 90, and then both of them have common, and that will be, I think I picked a straw and made it way more complicated. Got it? So what can I do here simply is that I can come here and write it in this way. 100 plus 90, 1 plus 2. I think I'm mixing up the concepts here. Yeah. Uh, Let me see. I think I have missed on the spot. But I think fine, you can see that I will be taking out the common values here. Got it? And that's what I will be doing. I will be simply removing this much part here, and then after coming here, plus this much part. And now you can see that nothing is changing. So I will be working on that example because I kind of did a bit of mistake there. But yeah, you can understand that I have taken out the common values, and it will make things simpler for us in the future as well. Is the connection good? Something happened in between? Is it working fine now? Is it fine now? Tell me, where did I break? And did you guys understood the part? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So today things are happening crazy with the internet. So I couldn't actually make things properly. And it is both from my, you can say, the Wi-Fi, please, Wi-Fi, and at the same time this my mobile network. So everything is messed up today. That's why it took a bit delay. All right. Great, great. So that was the concept. I don't know how to explain right now the distributive property properly. But yeah, you can say that I will be taking out the common values and then multiplying in a way. So that was the distributive property. Sometimes you just get confused, and that's the thing. All right. And then what I will share is I will share you one of the approaches as well. Okay. And that will be like really quick. And that's what I did here. So let's see if I haven't messed up it. Okay. Now you can see that this is a very simple way out. Okay. And let me delete this much part here. 1 second here. So it's interesting. I never went in this way. I will make it R and then we'll say CL. Yeah. So this is the working we need to figure it out. Okay. And the main thing here was this at the rate operator. So Aditya, what we can do here, because we are mostly interested in this at the rate operator, how it is working here properly, the way you provide solutions, we just don't get the idea because we don't want to use the offset function. And if I'm being honest, I will completely avoid the offset function as much as possible. Not even the offset function, but even those you can say the volatile functions. So I will be completely avoiding these many functions. Whenever the volatile functions comes in the picture, I just try to be wary of them and will simply remove them. Got it? So this is actually one of the ways you using the at the rate operator nowadays that you can select these columns in a way. And I will be honest, this will only work in when the data is situated in this range format and not lying around in the arrays. If there are arrays, then things will get complex. Okay, so that time this trick won't work. What I mean is when your data is lying on the spreadsheets directly and you are just referencing those data points, then only this trick will work. Okay, so that's the only part, and I will tell you in a minute what I simply mean here. So let me remove this much portion for the time being. And then what I will do here is let's go through the concept and from where this at the rate operator has come in Excel. Uh, if you want to understand the concept. So let's say I'm going to convert this wall range into a table. Okay. Yeah. Copying this wall range here. Control T. Good to go. And now you can see that the very first time I write something here, you can see this at the rate operator, right? So what used to happen with the at the rate operator is that whenever you are working on the same range, okay, on the same row actually, whenever you are working on the same row, this at the rate operator will come in the picture. That's the very simple, uh, you can say explanation. So you can say that if I'm going to pick up this value as well, it will give me at the rate operator. Got it? And if I'm going to select anything else here, it won't give me at the rate operator. That's from where at the rate operator came. But then at the rate operator started getting more momentum when dynamic arrays came. Okay, so I will tell you what I mean here. So let's say you have named this wall range and let's make it product column, and then you are going to select this entire column, right? So what will happen is it will spill down, but many people didn't like it. Okay, and if you were working in you can say that older school Excel, so even that technique was good, but the only thing was you need to like select one by one cell. Okay, but people wanted to do was they wanted to select the wall name range and progress on as things move on. Got it? So how can I do one by one calculation instead of focusing on, you can see the wall product column. So that's where thing got interesting. And let me do here. Let's make this one here. Outstock. And now you will see that when I select outstock, it is spilling everywhere. So what I want is I want to get one by one way out. So what can I do here? Just simply putting the value at the rate and that's it. The moment I do that, just see here, I am getting the 4 value here. And if I drag it down, you can see that I'm getting 2 value here. So this is one of the tricks you can say when it came to name ranges. And what used to happen is, okay. Yeah, I thought I have taken the live stream to 1 hour. Not a very problem. So you can see that it is now picking up only this value, but at the same time, I'm selecting the wall name range. Got the point? So that's the beauty of at the rate operator, because you can select the wall name column and you don't have to worry about it, and anyone can understand it quickly. I will tell you in a minute as well what's the risk of this approach. And then what happened was, this is good to go. And then arrays came, and you can say that dynamic arrays came. And what people used to do here, there is one another ghost function here. Okay, so you can write here single function and nothing will work out. But the moment you press here, this tiny thing will come in the picture. So it is saying there is a function behind the scenes. And the moment I am selecting everything here out of stock, you will see that I am working on the same thing. And Excel by default converts it into an at the rate function, at the rate. Okay, so that's the beauty of it. So again, it will work the same way. Got it? And that's how the single function has now, you can see in a way the group by function as well. Most people are using single function nowadays. But yeah, the this is a ghost function and many few people actually know about it. And the behind the scenes single function works in the same way the at the rate approach. Got it? That's the thing. But let's say this is all happening because this is an range format, right? What will happen if I just make a little change here, plus 0 here? Got it? The moment I do something operation, it will convert it in an array format. And the moment I press here this way, just see here. So this whole thing is converted in an array format. And just see, okay, I think I need to do this way. Once again, not at the rate here. Yeah, got it. The moment I do that, and now just see here, everything will turn out 4. And now what's going on here? Got it? So very few people understand it. Okay, Aditya, what is actually happening here? Got it? So that's where things become interesting. When we are working with a range, so what happens is that it gives me row by row. But but when you are working with an array format, what will happen is it will just simply grab the first value and that's it. Just see here. So if I write here sequence of 12, so it is working perfectly fine, right? But the moment I press here at the rate, it will just give me 111 value here. Got it? The simple reason is that sequence of 12 is an array, and the moment I press at the rate in front of it, it will just pick up the first value. Got it? So that's the logic here. And what you can say is here, let's say how can we actually use it and how can we plug in our daily life. So you can say that, just see this example. So count a function, the moment I select this whole thing, so you can say that I have got nothing count, right? And I should get 0 here, right? So I am getting 0. But the moment I add plus here, so now what will happen is this whole range is converted into an array format. The moment I do this way, you can say that now I have got 12 counts here. So that's the thing happening here. Got it? So I have to use plus sign. And what the benefit of plus sign is that you can say that when I select the text as well, it's not a problem. And if I have been using plus 0 into 1 or anything different, then it will give me some number errors or value error or something like that. So that's what I don't want to do. So simple plus here. So now if I do this way, plus equals to plus, and I'm selecting, you can say, this whole array. So now what will happen is I've converted into an array, and the moment I do press at the rate here, right, and just see here. Okay, one second. Okay, I should have freezed it. And the moment I do this way, you can see that I am just getting 10 values here. Got it? Freezing so that it doesn't change the references. So that's the logic here. And let me see if I have covered everything. Concept, array, table. Yeah. So everything is good to go. Okay. So at least I hope, guys, you have understood till now what is happening behind the scenes of the at the rate operator. And now let's move on forward. And what we will do is we will focus on these three columns here. Got it? So you have understood, right? So what can we do here? Let's pick it up as name as range here. And if I'm going to do here this way, range at the rate. So I am now getting an error here. Got it? So if this was a single column, then it would have worked perfectly fine. But the moment I select more than one columns, so it now get confused. Aditya, what you are going to do here? So that's why it throws you an error here. Got it? So what I need to do here, if I want to grab the first value, then I just simply want to press the range operator, plus operator here. It is working good. And now I am dragging it down, and you can see that I am just getting my first value here. That is my 20, 20. Got it? So that's the thing happening here with the plus sign here. Got it? But now you will ask, Aditya, what we simply want to do here is we want to grab every value here. Outstock, right? I've got this outstock. But what I want to do here, I want to grab from here to here values. Got it? So what can I do here? What tricks can I pull here? So before moving there, let me tell you one more concept here. I know. Okay, today so many concepts are going over the heads. So now let me tell you one more thing. So let's say I am selecting A2 to A5, or let's say I'm selecting E2 to E9 here. So it is good to go. Got it? So what will happen if I select E9 to E2? Will it reverse this whole thing? Will it give me like 2 11 7, or will it simply give me like 4 12 14? Let's test it out. Okay. So I am writing here E9 to E2. Okay. The moment I press here, you will see I am just getting the same results here. And Excel will quickly update this whole range here. Got it? So that's the whole idea here. So what can I do here? I'm just going to simply select this range, and let's see how things go. Because eventually I will be working on this much array, right? So what can I do here? Let's see. This whole thing is my, you can say in a way, my fixed range, right? And if I'm going to move anywhere down, so you can see that this whole column is being repeated. Got it? Because my column is now fixed here. So now what to do here? So E2, and then what I will do is I will select this much part. Got it? C2. The moment I do that, for now it is spilling. Okay. And then if I press at the rate here, so it is giving me a value error. So what I need to do here, I need to make it plus sign here to convert it into an array format. The moment I do that, I am getting something like this 20. And if I drag it down, then you can see that 20 0, it is working. And if I move across the columns, now I am getting the things I wanted. You can see that, right? So that's the logic I am going to use now. So I will give you a few like minutes so that you can breathe the air, and then you can understand it. Okay, what's going on here? In the chat, you can ask me again to explain something, or if you're good to go, just tell me. Just give me a thumbs up if you guys understand, so that I can at least get the feedback. Okay. Not an easy thing. Yeah, Sunny, this is not an easy thing. It took me a lot of time to understand this whole thing. And I don't want to throw a bomb here, but you can say that at the rate operator, why this is risky. I will tell you one more reason about it. But for now, let's just understand the goody goody part. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood it, but at least I will do my best to explain it in a way that you can understand one more time. Okay, so here C2, just see here, it eventually updated the whole thing here. So what I will do here, I will just select this E2 here, will just make it this much, and C2 is here, and then just simply coming here at the rate plus here. Got it? So why? Okay, now again, okay. So I just got just a different error. No problem. So you can say that why did I do that? Because I want to anchor it this way. And if you see, when I used my scan function, so I anchored my outstock there. Got it? And that's the main reason there. So when I anchored my outstock there, so what will happen is now I am going to grab this much portion. Got it? And then add the rate and C2, right? And then I'm coming here and that's it. So it is working good right now. But do you think I will be having C2, the luxury of grabbing the C2 value here? No, right? So what I need to do here, let's just remove everything till now. So what I need to do here, I need to find a way. Got it? So how can I select this entire column and just select the first value here? So what can I do here? Just see here. If I am selecting this much portion, got it, C9, then it is selecting the entire range here. I hope you are getting the point. If I'm just selecting the C9, so this whole range is being selected. And now just see the beauty. I'm grabbing 20 here. Okay. And now I can fix it as well. And the moment I drag it down, okay, just see here. So right now, what is happening here? It is giving me toughest value, right? So that's the main logic I am going to use here. One second. Okay, I think did I made a mistake here? C2. Okay, so my mistake here, it won't be C2. It will be actually this value C9. Okay, Excel made something changes which I didn't want. Okay, because Excel I have updated it properly. So C2, right? And because I will be changing the values here, you can say that now it is getting tough to explain you properly. So let's see if it will work properly because Excel will update the reference and I don't want to do that. So I have got no choice. Let's see. Now just see here. It made E9 as anchor. So it is getting tough to explain in this format. But yeah, you will understand in this way. So what I actually mean. So if I'm going to select this wall range again, okay, and let's just say that I don't know how to properly decorate it here because it is not possible without explaining it inside an array here. So what I will do here, I will simply go with the scan function. I will select this whole row, uh, opening balance. Let's go with the zero value, and then I will explain it this way: lambda s comma c, and then what I will do here because I have to anchor this value, and this value is stored in the c value here. Got it? C value is holding the value. So what I'm going to do here, I will just simply select this much up this value, or let's say the in stock value, and then we'll select the v value here. Got it? So the moment I do this way, one second, outstock lambda s comma c, and okay, should have written c here. So why I'm getting calc error here? The reason being is that array contains ranges. Okay, so what I simply need to do here, let's go with the array to text format, and that will be simple. Now you can see that I'm getting 10, 4, 18, 12, everything right. You can see that. So what I need to figure it out is I need to make it fix here, and then I am just selecting my first value here. Got it? So simple, coming here at the rate plus, and that's it. The moment you do that, you can now see here. Got it? So that's where my values are coming here in a way. So what I simply did was, this was a range, right? This was a range. Okay, so what I did here, I converted this range in my to an array format. So simply coming the plus approach, and then finally adding the at the rate here. So what it will do here, it will just grab my top value every time, and the reference is coming in this way. So what is happening behind the scenes, first it is selecting this entire range. Got it? Then it is selecting the next iteration, it will select only this range. Let me do this way. Only this much range. And then when I am good to go to the third iteration, it will just select this much portion. Got it? So every time my ranges are reducing. Okay. So that's the logic here. So the moment I do this way, okay. So it is grabbing me the values, and now I can remove the array to text, and it will work perfectly fine. So that's the way now you can actually grab the values here. Got it? Just by with playing with the references. And then what you can simply do is, because this is D9, right? And I don't want to user to select just this one cell. So what can I do here? I can make it this way. Take this whole range, and then simply selecting the last most value here. Got it? And that's the logic here. That's why I use the take function there. Got it? Some people will simply select the D9 here. I just prefer it my way, so that people select the whole range here. Got it? So that's my logic here is coming on. And then what can we do here? Simply we can also grab this value as well, the starting stock this way. The moment I do that, I've got my starting stock. And then everything is way more simpler now. The same logic here. So now what can I do here? If my starting stock is equals to 0, let me format it properly. If my starting stock is equals to 0, then give me my starting stock. One second, not here. Yeah, so give me a 0, at least now it will look good. Or otherwise, give me the C value here. Got it? And then again coming here, the same logic which we used earlier. Now I will be grabbing the in stock value. So again, I will be selecting this wall part here, this wall part. Let me format it. And then what I will be doing simply here is plus value. And this will be my D2 to D9 here. Got it? And then simply will be adding minus. And let me see here what is going wrong. Okay, so it will be D2. Right. And then all is simply needed is lessing my outstock. So that will be my C here. And I think I need to add my brackets now properly. Right. And this is now working. Let me see, where did I miss something? It should have worked properly here. Yeah, if my this is value is good. Let me see here. C2 to C9. Mm, See, let's see. Let's go one by one step, so that at least we have got the idea. Okay, I made a mistake here. I selected the 4 and 10 here. So that's the problem going on. But it shouldn't have worked this way, right? Because here it is working perfectly fine and here it is messing up my calculations. Let's see. 422. It is not making me sense right now. Let me see where I made mistake here. At the rate plus take. Okay. Yeah. So now it is working perfectly fine here. 20, and then I am grabbing this value here, C. And actually it won't be C here. Yeah, it will be my S value here. So that was the confusing part here. So now you can see that I'm grabbing my opening balances here and then simply coming here and adding my values there. Okay, 1 second here. It will come as D2 to D9 to C, and then simply minusing my current value here. This is weird because it is sometimes hard to understand what's going wrong here. So plus, minus, I'm doing good for now. Let me see if it will solve. Okay, I I need to add a bracket here. Yeah, the lambda shouldn't end here. That's the problem now. Now you can see that I have got the answer. So that's the wall logic here to grab my values one by one here. Got it? The only logic was what's going on with the at the rate and plus sign here. So it is simply converting my values. Got it? So in a way, it is simply like offset function, but in a completely different way. Yeah, a bit confusion happened in the end, but I hope at least you guys have got the idea. So what's going on behind the scenes with the at the rate operator? Got it. So give me a thumbs up if you guys have understood, or do you want me to explain it again? And then finally we will wrap the session with showing you the dangerous side of the at the rate operator. Okay, I think many people have lost by now. Okay, okay. So, yeah, what you guys can also do is after you watch this session, yeah, after rewatching this session, then you guys can like ask me questions in the comments, and then it will be very I will do my best to explain it in different way. But yeah, that's the whole concept of ranges, you can say the arrays, and you can say the ranges, arrays, cell references, at the rate operator, and that's why I like am going to do for 4 hour session on just this whole idea of what are data types and structured data types. Got it. So I know this whole thing is just crazy, and even it took me like a whole year to understand what is going on with each of the aspect of the at the rate operator. So I can understand it. Got it. So that's the whole logic here to grab the side values with the at the rate operator. Got it. And now I will tell you one of the dangerous side. Okay. So let's say that I've selected the map function here, and let's see. I have told you right. I can select this whole thing everywhere and it will grab my values in this way. Got it? So what will happen is if I'm going to move this whole value downward, I'm getting value error. So this whole thing will work if I am doing side by side calculations. Got it? The trick we just pulled it out, don't have any problem here. Got it? So you can see that my ranges are side by side, not side by side. they are upper or below or anywhere, it will work perfectly fine when they are with the array format. Got it? But if they are in ranges format, references format, you can say that they won't work perfectly fine. So if I'm going to mention in this way again, so at the rate operator, so the moment I do this, it will give me a value error. Got it? So that's the darkest side because I am just using the at the rate operator. Got it? The moment I press it plus sign here, now it will convert it into a dynamic an array format. Got it? And now everything will work perfectly. But the only limitation is that it will just grab the topmost value. Got it? So that's the only logic here. Everything is just playing with the cell references, and that is the main idea here. And whenever I was guiding my junior article, not my junior articles, but yeah, my junior CA friends, so you can say that I have been dedicating 1 hour just completely telling them about the cell references, the way they create challenges. And if you master cell references completely in Excel, then everything is going to be a perfect smooth ride. Okay. And you can say that here I am just playing with the cell references and nothing more. Got it? So that's the dark portions of the at the rate operator, and it is literally changing its shape like an chameleon. Okay, in Hindi we call it girgit. So it is literally changing the shapes the way it is working on the value at the moment. Got it? With ranges, we see is the side by side line. With arrays, we see the first line. And if we are working with tables, then it will work perfectly fine. And if I'm going to select more than one column in the range, then it will throw me a value error. So there are lots and lots of complexions. Got it? And I'm grateful that you have stayed it till me and you guys had patience after going through so many technical issues today. But yeah, that's from my side and like very tiny explanation of the at the rate approach. Got it? So if you don't feel comfortable, just use the offset approach. But with the at the rate, you need to wrap up the mind properly because you need to play with the lambdas only. That's the only thing I can say. Great, guys. So enjoy the weekends and happy excelling and meet you in the next challenge on next Friday with a new live stream and with a new financial concept. Bye bye.